Hello and welcome to the news on OJC TV. My name is Aku Mensah. Now the headlines. Hearts of Oak scribe Opare Ado taunts Kotoko ahead of FA Cup final. Ghana posted a convincing 3-0 win over World Cup bound Saudi Arabia on Tuesday in an international friendly. Panama qualifies for the first World Cup as USA is eliminated. I will be president of Ghana in 2024, Maurice Ampao. Some gospel musicians lack fashion sense, Celestine Donko. Now the news in detail. And on our first story, Communication Director of Heart of Folk, Kwame Opare Ado, has fired a salvo at Asante Kotoko ahead of the much anticipated FA Cup final.
The nation's two most glamorous clubs will square off in the grand finale at the Tamale Sports Stadium after seeing off All Stars and Midiama SC respectively in the semi-finals. We will attempt after 17 solid years to falter. It will not happen. We said it right from the beginning that our mission is to win this cup, but we didn't want to invite pressure on us. That's why we kept it game after game, Opare said at the unveiling of the final mascot. Eventually, the final game is here with us, and we cannot falter, and we need the support of every Phobian to make sure that this will happen. For Heart of Oak this year, the promise is and was never to allow Asante Kotoko to beat us in any way, and on the 29th, once the football gods have spoken, nothing will change and Heart of Oak will win.
Ghana posted a convincing 3-0 win over World Cup bound Saudi Arabia on Tuesday in an international friendly.
The Black Stars produced a commanding performance, totally dominating the Green Falcons to record the victory in Jeddah. Just before the halftime whistle, debutant Kasim Adams Nunu opened the scoring for Ghana. The Switzerland-based defender unmarked inside the Saudi Arabia box connected home a corner kick from the right. Ghana doubled the lead in the 69th minute courtesy and Osama Hausawi on goal after Thomas Partey squared a pass across the face of goal, having received a telegraphic pass from standing captain Daniel Amate. Saudi Arabia were unlucky not to have put one back in the 86th minute when Amate cleared a goal-bound effort on the line. But 2 minutes from time, Partey's industry was rewarded with a beautiful goal after smashing in from the edge of the box after collecting a pass from Ebenezer Ofori, his 5th goal in last 4 appearances.
Panama qualifies for first World Cup as USA is eliminated.
Bruce Arena side started the 9th in the 3rd qualifying place, but Roman Theory's 88-minute winner sent Panama to their first ever finals. The US missed out on even a playoff with Australia as Honduras took that spot by beating Mexico. US last mixed a World Cup in 1986. The US beat Panama 4-0 just last Friday, but despite playing a Trinidad and Tobago side with just 3 points from 9 games before the kickoff, never looked close to securing a place in Russia. Omar Gonzalez stressed to cut out a cross and only succeeded in steering the ball past veteran goalkeeper Tim Howard before Alvin Jones rocketed in a superb 35-yard strike to double the host lead. Borussia Dortmund teenager and star of the win in Panama's Christian Pulisic gave the US hope soon after the restart with a fine long-range goal of his own. But with Honduras beating Mexico, it looked like a playoff place for the state. And then with time running out in Panama City, Theory, who plays his club football in Seattle, latched on to a long ball forwards and smashed in off the crossbar to send Panama through and leave the US in the wilderness. The US and Costa Rica will not be happy with Panama's open goal. Replay suggests that Gabriel Torres header did not cross the line.
Controversial legal practitioner Maurice Ampao will run the affairs of Ghana in 2024 if all goes according to plan. The legal practitioner is preparing to quit his legal profession to venture into politics as an independent candidate.
The legal practitioner is preparing to quit his legal profession to venture into politics as an independent candidate. According to him, he will be the first independent candidate to win an election in Ghana. I will be the president of Ghana. Look at me, 2024. I will be the first president who will not join a political party. First independent candidate to win elections in 2024. He told Lexus Bill in an interview on Drive Time on Joy FM. All the other parties will have to break up and come and join me, he added. His campaign will focus on helping the poor in the rural areas and solving people's problems nationwide. Running under the motto, Truth Stand, Maurice Ampao noted that politicians over the years, with the expectation of current President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, have not been truthful to Ghanaians. He said his administration will be a truthful one that will deliver on its political mandate.
Singer Celestine Donko believes the dress code of some gospel musicians have come under heavy criticism because they lack knowledge in fashion. That's the constant criticism. She says although gospel music industry has evolved over the years, the dressing of some musicians needs a second look. That's the constant criticisms.
Singer Celestine Donko says although the gospel music industry has evolved over the years, the dressing of some musicians needs a second look, thus the constant criticisms. Answering a question on the public critical of some gospel musicians, particularly female musicians' fashion sense, the Okonkron Hene hit singer said they simply lack knowledge. According to her, you can't put on a night makeup at day and you can't put on dinner wear in the day. It's basically lack of knowledge to think you've dressed so wonderfully but you look funny. I will not blame those who do that because they do not know, Celestine Donko told Doreen Andor in an interview on the Cosmopolitan Mess on Joy FM on Tuesday. Most of us attain this our career path by chance. We don't have education. We don't have costume managers. We are not managed properly, so we take our personal decision on what to wear and all that, she said. The singer noted that the solution is not to insult the musicians, but rather educating them on how to dress properly. While she won't give herself a perfect score when it comes to fashion, she says she always dresses comfortably.
The Ashanti Regional Minister, Simon Osei Mensah, says Ghana is only good at making laws but lacks the zeal at effectively implementing them.
According to Ashanti Regional Minister, some disasters which have claimed lives and injured others were as a result of agencies which are not able to implement laws on safety and security. For lawmaking, Ghana is excellent. We are good in writing laws on paper. We are good in writing good English. But when it comes to implementation, Ghana has always failed, he said. He, however, indicated that there is a need for the state to amend its laws to strengthen its enforcement. Over last weekend, a gas explosion at Atomic Junction claimed 7 lives, with 132 lives to have sustained various degrees of injuries, observing that this was preventable. At Atrima Koforidua, a good Samaritan who tried saving 2 children from drowning in a river following flooding got drowned himself. 5 other persons also lost their lives in a canoe accident while returning from their farm in a community in the Ashanti region. Speaking to the pockets of the incidents in the Ashanti region, the minister said most flood cases were as a result of buildings on waterways which could have been prevented. He also suggested that authorities must reconsider relocating fuel stations in response to the recent Atomic Junction gas explosion. For now, we can start from there. We should relocate fuel stations far from residential areas after we realize our safety systems are enough.
That is how we wrap up on the news on OJC TV. My name is Apple Mensah. Don't forget, for more updates, log on to www.jamionline.com. Thanks for watching.